Good morning, good evening. Welcome to this week's chat. I've got a guest. Everything's different. Doug, how are you going?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining. I know Mondays is usually a day where you don't have to, be on camera first thing in the morning. So I very much appreciate you making the effort and jumping in. We're testing out some new software. So today we're live using Talk Studios from Streamlabs, and it's a little bit different than what I'm used to. I'm going to be honest. It's not bad, but like finding where the different things are, like just before the stream went, I'm like, there's a countdown timer and I can't find it. It took me a little bit. I found it. How's it going from your end, Doug? So you got the invite came through. How was it from that experience of jumping in as a guest?
Well, I clicked on the invite and it opened a browser window straight away and walked me through connecting my camera and microphone, those type of basic settings. There were some more advanced settings for audio, like stereo, turning the echo cancellation on or off. I pretty much left everything as it appeared. The echo cancellation was off. I knew I was using in-ears and a mic. I didn't have any speakers happening in my studio, so it was like, that's a no-brainer. Echo cancellation off.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it causes all sorts of troubles. If you don't need it, turn it off, no matter what software you're using.
That's right. And so the interface is very, from a guest point of view, very similar to, say, StreamYard. We've got the basic options. I've got the microphone mute, the camera mute, adding an extra camera, which I can do, I suppose, if I had another camera running, screen share. And that's pretty much it of what I've got down the side. And then down one side, I can like crack open the live chat.
Yeah.
Although I also have the YouTube live chat running here, just because I'm also modding.
Yeah. Well, and that's an automatic habit. Like I hear of a lot of people who are streaming using StreamYard, EVMux, all these sorts of things, and they don't open a YouTube window as well. And you're like, you really should have that open. You really should. Now, I do just want to in the chat, they're saying we're a little quiet. So I've just bumped mine up by a little bit more. If you want to bump yours up as well, Doug, that'd be great.
Let's see. I can. Is that better? Testing 1, 2. Hello. I can go up a little bit more. I was on 105. I've gone up to 125%.
Yeah, I jumped up to 125. So maybe I'll ease mine back. Am I louder than Doug? Is the question.
Yeah, if we're about the same, then you can sort of level that out. When the countdown was going, that music was quite loud. So I guess we're trying to reach that.
Frankie reckons I can control your audio in the top right. Left, right?
Yeah, top right.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I probably won't see it because I'm the guest.
Yeah, okay. I don't see anything top right. That's okay.
Well, I
top left.
A bit, and I can give it a little bit extra juice on my end. Like I'm at Unity on my Rodecaster, so.
Yeah, well, yeah, me too. That's why I was like messing with the audio in their system rather than mine.
Sorry, I bumped that.
Bumped it. All right. So my first impressions, the thing I noticed straight off the bat is there's a bit more delay. We have about a 20-second delay instead of the usual about 10-second delay. So I noticed that when we had the countdown clocks going, I was able to look at what was currently on YouTube versus what I was seeing on my screen. There's about a 20-second delay. Yeah. So the chat, if we're a bit behind, it's totally the system. It's not us. Let's have a look here. The link, there should be a link to the software in the description. I'm just checking. It's called, I'm just double checking. I did put it in there. I did. It's Streamlabs. There's a link for Streamlabs in the description. I'll just grab that for you as well, just to pop that here.
It's called Streamlabs Talk Studio.
Yeah. So
not to be confused with StreamYard's sort of OBS clone. which is
Yes,
called, I think,
Streamlabs OBS.
Streamlabs Studio or something.
Yeah. So this is the Streamlabs software that is the browser version. So while I'm very comfortable with Ecamm, I'm really happy with Ecamm. I like the functionality of it. With where I'm located here in Australia, my internet is not fantastic for bringing guests on through Ecamm, and I do have the M1 base model. I think I upgraded to the 16 gig, and that's what I run these streams at. And so with guests, it's kind of I'm hitting sort of both hardware issue and internet issue, and I don't know which one is playing up, but one of them's not being friendly. So when it comes to having guests, I want to have this option available. And while I also like EVMux is solid. EVMux has got its own learning curves, and it's got its own advantages and disadvantages as does this, as does StreamYard, as do they all. One of the things that made me really want to look at this one particularly was the price point. I wanted to see what we got, because correct me if I'm wrong, those of you that are in the chat. I think it's about the $19 a month and less if you go onto an annual plan. Now, for this test, I actually grabbed the first month of Streamlabs Ultra. So I'm going to go in and dig through all the other extras that you get with it. And I got a discount code, so I was able to actually get Ultra for a month for $22 US. So I'm like, I'm going to go and have a little dig through everything. But that includes this as well as their desktop version, which the desktop version does give you all the browser overlays, does give you all of that sort of stuff. But when you're using this browser version, you don't get any of that stuff. Frankie says, okay, I can usually see the guests on the left and they have a slider for volume. I did turn off audio monitoring. Maybe that was a setting I should keep. Let me look. Audio status. No, it just gives me a little microphone on Doug's picture. Doesn't let me do anything to it. Let me look here. Yeah. So yeah, so there's lots of things you can turn off and on. The biggest things that I've noticed is I think it compresses pretty heavily into YouTube. When I watched my replay back, I did a little test. I noticed it softened a lot of features. I'm like, I'll take that, thanks. And I think I've gotten used to Ecamm, but StreamYard did the same thing. EVMux does the same thing. I think that's just the nature of the browser softwares. So just we're sort of like looking through and learning how to do all of this. I sort of really just started digging into it over the weekend. So this is still very new for me. And I was like, on Saturday, I was like, hey, Doug,
Yeah.
are you interested in coming and checking it out?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Big shout out to everyone in the chat, by the way.
We can bring on chat messages. Let me just.
Yeah.
Hey, can you, as the guest, can you see the stream chat?
Yeah, I can break it out and see the stream chat, but I've also got my YouTube open. So
are you able as a guest to add chat to the screen?
No.
Or can you just read it?
I can read it. I can click the link. There was a link to Streamlabs. Like it was clickable for me, but I can't. Anything else I click on, it's just so I can read it, basically.
Okay, that's all right. I was just checking.
Yeah.
So Livestream Consultant says, yes, that's the correct price, and I'm playing with it on another location as well.
Yeah.
John says you can use Streamlabs desktop for free, but I think the Ultra and paying gives you extra features. Yeah, in all fairness to the desktops, if I'm going to use a desktop version for whatever reason, it's probably going to be OBS, Meld, or Ecamm. We've already got a lot of options for desktop. It's the browser versions I have a lot less.
Yes.
So, according to Talk Studio, the volume control is next to each guest's name. Oh, look, there we go. I found it. I was looking at Doug's, on screen where it's got, where it's got his name, Doug Hewson.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking towards the right where it's got. I found our audio controls, you guys. Thank you so much. Let me just drink this coffee.
I don't see them on my end, but that's okay.
It's all right. So I can actually. That's actually a really cool feature to be able to adjust the audio of your guests, and it really is as simple as a slider. Sorry, guys, I am just blind. It's that's all. John Lacey
That's
says, in fairness, it's very early in the morning in Australia. Look,
Yeah.
yes,
It's it's not too bad. It's just after 9 in
Yeah.
the morning, but you got to get up and prep. That's right. You
yes.
got to get up and prep.
This is
Get up
still
early.
technically my morning coffee. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, normally when I'm modding on a Monday, if I'm at home, I'm still having breakfast.
yeah,
I'm sitting at the table with the iPad, moderating, joining in the chat. But today I had to make sure I get up early, eat my breakfast beforehand, so I'm not streaming on an empty stomach.
yeah.
So do
No
all the-
pajamas. It's a
that's right.
pajama-free
You got to
zone.
put on a proper shirt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's just like, oh, it's 9 o'clock. You should totally be up and moving. Look, I do a lot of work at night.
Yeah.
So I try not to make any appointments or anything before 10 a.m. Having Monday live streams at 9 is supposed to kick me into the week. It does. But I consider 9 early. What's up?
Live stream consultants, I can't bring it up, the most
That's
recent
right.
one about mine looking crisp and yours looking a little soft. I noticed when I came in, the default camera setting was 480p, and so I bumped
Oh,
mine up
let
to
me just
1080.
check.
So
Because
you
I
might
had to
want-
do that. I had to
Yeah.
do that switch quite early. It is. Hang on a second. I had to. There we go. I've just switched mine because you're right. We'd been doing stuff, and then I went back to this view, and it had my secondary camera, and I had to switch back to this one, and I didn't think to check their resolution, so it doesn't remember the resolutions.
Yeah,
So when you switch cameras, you have to remember to double check the resolutions.
yeah.
So there we go. So hopefully that will have changed. So give it 20 seconds. So that could be why so Doug, if yours is very crisp, maybe my whole stream that I did yesterday in my testing, because I thought I'd changed it, but maybe I only changed it in the stream output, not the camera as well. So maybe that could be the big difference there, and maybe my whole it's a browser software. Just deal with it kind of attitude is not right. Let's have a look here.
That's funny. Yeah, so it's like the first time you sort of are somewhat familiar because you might have used StreamYard or something else. So it's like very similar. Like I've
There's a
dabbled
lot
around
of similarities. Yeah.
I've dabbled around with the Restream Studio and the EVMux.
Yeah.
I remember mucking around with this one when it was Melon.
Mm-hmm.
I can still see it's got some of the pink from the Melon days, like the end, the exit the stream button is pink.
Yeah. There's definitely
That's the
some
melon pink.
little remembrances of Melon, isn't there?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like the chat messages remove themselves. So we have to remember to you can bring them up, but you've got to pull them back down again.
Yeah.
There might be a setting for that.
Yeah, I can't remember if StreamYard did that or whether you had to set that.
Yeah, I can't
Because
remember
sometimes I see
either.
people leave it up for a very long time on StreamYard.
Yes, actually, it might be a thing because I know Ecamm does it automatically.
Yeah, Ecamm can have a timer. I know Social Stream Ninja has a timer
Yeah.
if you set it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Frankie says on StreamYard you need to take the comments off. Maybe I'm just out of practice.
Yeah.
It's been a good year since I've used StreamYard.
It's the browser based stuff where we got to get back into it.
Thank you.
We've been spoiled with Ecamm.
We have.
Yes.
What I would say is my initial impressions of this. If you are a person who used sort of, even, I suppose even most of the features in a pro plan on StreamYard, I'm not noticing anything lacking. Now, there was a couple of things. One being I can't seem to work out how to add in my own. I couldn't work out how to add in my own videos straight away. And now I have worked that out. So I didn't put in my own countdown timer. But like StreamYard, you can have your own videos. They are up to a maximum of 300 megabits. But they do have, you can have MP4s or WebMs. So you've got more options there as well for packaging of your videos.
That's a good thing they got the WebMs, because I think with WebMs they're both more compact, so you can get more video in that
more
file
length
size.
of video. Yeah.
I think they have transparencies, if I recall.
I think you can
when you
have
use
that
them
with
with
WebM.
Ecamm, you can take advantage of that, I think.
Yeah, I'll have to have
Or
a play with that.
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm
I
wrong
don't
on that.
I don't even have a WebM anything floating around easy for me just to throw it up to have a look.
Yeah.
But yeah, my initial impressions are this. If you were a person who was very comfortable on StreamYard, this could be a pretty easy switch. Obviously it is different software. It is a different, different company. You will need to learn where the different things are, but they are in similar spots. They're just called slightly different things. So you do just need to look into that as well. So let me just press the chat back here. Okay.
Yeah, Matt in the chat has an interesting thing here. As an Aussie who live streams weekly, so it's very regular, I've been looking at alternates to the StreamYard Pro plan for a while. The thing is, it's reliable and works. Yeah, StreamYard is generally solid. It's just
It's been getting a bit flaky of lately. I've noticed when I'm watching streams, like there's some glitches that are happening every now and again.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously this is just a test of this software, and I haven't done anything like long-term wise or anything. Yeah. But I'm not noticing any low signal errors. I'm not noticing any sort of glitches between the conversation between me and Doug. Yeah. So let me know if you are noticing any of this in the stream. This is a test. We are having a first run through live with a guest using this software, and at $19 a month for their 1080p plan. I think it's a pretty solid. It'd be worth a look. Now, I do have a link in the description that will give you 7 days free trial as well. So if you want to go and check it out without a cost at all, you can go and do that. And have a play with it, because while something might work for me, while it might work for Doug, it works for Frankie, it may not work for you. You need to test these things out in your workflow. You need to test it on your internet, on your computer, because I can make suggestions. I can, have opinions, which, I do. You're not going to know until you test it and you try it. John says that WebM, it does use transparency. Yeah. Oh wow, a gig to 100 quickly. That's handy.
Yeah, that's nice.
That is handy.
Yeah, I think I had workflow for transparencies with WebMs for something I was doing. I can't even remember what software I was using. But I would export, because I could do transparencies in Final Cut and export it as a ProRes 4444. Yeah. And then run it through, turn it into end up turning it into a WebM, and check the box to keep transparency, and then I'd be able to bring that in to maybe a different edit. I think I can't remember if I've used it in a live stream situation because it just depends on the software, whether or not it recognizes WebM with the transparency. So some do and some don't. Some will just treat it like a normal video. So at some point I remember playing around with that. That's why I had that recollection of it being able to use transparency with WebMs.
Yeah.
So it's a handy little format. And like John says there, I use Shutter Encoder for that as well, for doing the conversions. That's a Mac tool at least. I don't know if that's on Windows, but on Mac at least.
Well, John's not a Mac guy. John's a Windows guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they must have developed it for both platforms, which is good. I like it when people are able to do that because it gives everybody, access.
Yeah, and I like that it gives people choices. The link in the description isn't working.
Let me check that. I accidentally bumped the link earlier and it went to your website.
Oh.
This page does not seem to exist.
All right. Give me a second.
So yes, have a look at that. Do you want me to carry?
Yeah. Do you mind? And I'll find a link. I'll see how we go. Thanks, Doug.
I'll just peruse the chat here and we'll and then the chat window is just doing funny things for me. So yeah, shout out to everyone who's in the chat, Frankie and Livestream Consultants, and John, Lacey, of course, Lee, Anfield Road out in the loft, of course. Larry Home Rapid Repair is lurking, I'm sure, because I saw him at the start there. When I get further down, I'll jump on some of the current comments. And then there was who else was in here? I saw other people. Okay. Oh, there was Matt, of course, Matt Constance. Okay, let's see what everyone's saying. So just a few shout outs there. Chris, Livestream Consultant, says, no glitches so far, all the way out here in southern New Mexico on cellular internet. So it's a solid signal coming out for the stream. Frankie says that it sounds good. We're having audio gremlins with StreamYard for the last 6 months. We were on there and they kept blaming our setup. It wasn't no issues when we moved over to Talk Studio. Yeah, the audio seems solid from my end, but all I hear is Chantelle, of course. Anything that comes from her end, like a sound effect or something.
All the sound effects.
All the sound effects. I better not press that one.
All right.
All those are coming through fine for me as well. So audio-wise, it's sounding good. Livestream Consultants, according to Talk Studio, in the chat widget, you can set a timer for how long the comment stays on screen.
There you go.
So it's like a hidden feature. So that's good to know because that's like something that, some people like because they're busy selecting the messages and then talk and maybe reading them out and then maybe riffing off that and then forget to take it off. But then it will disappear on a timer, which is how I have my Social Stream Ninja set up for my streams.
I like to have it so that I can bring it up and then I can start talking about something else. Totally forget that there's a comment on the screen and it still drops away.
Yeah.
There was a typo in the link on my end. So in Thirsty Affiliates, I changed it but hadn't saved it and then copied the changed version for you guys. Double check the link. It should work now. It was a me thing. It was a picnic error, person in chair, not in computer.
Yep, there it is. It's working now.
Fantastic. Yeah. The S for Streamlabs comes after the B, not before the B. All right. You also don't need the audio. You can make animated GIFs. That's awesome. So according to the chat widget, you can set a timer. So is that just using their standard chat or is that something else? I don't know. I'll have to dig into that because from what I'm seeing here, I don't have any options for changing anything. I'm just seeing if there's anything in the settings screen that I can change. No. That's all right. It might be something I need to set up before the stream. So sometimes there's things you can and can't change. So yeah. But yeah, all I can do in the chat widget is either have it on or off right now. So maybe it's a, before the stream thing. So sound is good. Oh yeah, this look. My issue with StreamYard, and we've been through this before, and I'm going to run through it briefly again. Okay, Doug's like, look, I loved StreamYard, and StreamYard is still a good piece of software, and if you're still using it, that's awesome. For me, the issues come down to this. I used it in multiple settings. So for my own personal streams, for streams that I remotely produced, and for webinars that I was moderating for. So I would come in as an admin seat and moderate those webinars. I had a client who was running a webinar with over 300 people registered. It would not connect, and StreamYard said it was them. Now, this is a person who is not a potato. They've run many, many, many things before, many of them using StreamYard, many of them using things way better than StreamYard that cost thousands and thousands of dollars to run. They are not a potato. And they could not, they had to emergency get everybody who had signed up for their webinar to jump into into an unlisted live stream.
Wow.
Because the software was just not reliable. And when you're doing things as a business, the second something becomes unreliable, it becomes a liability.
Yeah.
And I like those of you that have been on here on the channel before, I like to have two of everything. I like to have two streaming softwares. So if something goes down, if something crashes, if there's an issue, my stream is not dead in the water. I just jump onto the other one. And that's what I'm trying to set up here, is to do something like that. So,
Yes. So just as an FYI, that because we're not using Social Stream Ninja, the GIFs are not working for the stream today, which is why
because we have no browser overlays. So, can I put my BMac overlay on? I can. I will need to, so there's two options, just like StreamYard, either a logo or a video or a image that I've created. Now, I have not got a transparent screen with a BMac handy, but I can add it in as the logo.
There you go.
So I can do this. I'm just popping it in there. There we go. So I can move that to here so we know it's mine. But yeah, so I can add that in as a logo, but you can't have multiple logos up at once. So I would need to create a graphic, and go and do it that way. Whereas with Ecamm and the likes of that, you can just throw a picture up, move it around to wherever you need it. You don't need to create an entire image every single time. So this would be just back to same as StreamYard. It's exactly the same as StreamYard, where you just need to have your graphics pre-made. That's all it is. It's not a difficult thing to do. It's just something you have to do. So yeah.
I'm looking for the overlay where we had both our BMacs on it for our
I remember that. Hang on a second.
I'm seeing if I can find it for you real quick. I can just drop it in and send it to you.
Yeah.
I just can't remember where I had it handy.
I know the one you mean. You mean. Let me design.
I was trying to remember what I named it and which folder I put it in.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
I don't remember what we called it. That's the thing. I don't remember what it was called.
Because it was part of the roast. The roast stream.
Yeah.
There we go. I've got them.
Like the channel, it was like channel reviews and something. There we go. We're on the wrong side, but hey.
That's all right. There we go.
Woohoo! There you go.
It's all fixed.
There you go.
Wacko.
So that's doable because we were doing that setup we were using StreamYard for that.
We
when
were.
doing those shows.
So we have all those graphics.
Yeah.
I could probably throw up the fire. The fire. When I was choosing this one, the fire was there. You know the.
Yeah, that's right. There's a couple of different versions. That's right.
Yeah. Once I remembered roast, I was out because I called them all roast. So here we go. We've got the roast and review. Let's see what this one brings up. It was a bit small on my screen. There. What's your big burning questions?
Yeah. Channel feedback. There
Yeah,
it is.
that's right.
It was channel something or other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the one that doesn't. That's the one that doesn't have the QRs.
Let me have a look. I think there was another option. I had two options there.
There was probably a.
Uh,
Larry in chat says, "Why isn't Mr. Houston at work?" It's my day off today.
Yep.
If I have a day off, it tends to be a Monday. So
There we go, Doug. Big burning questions with our QRs.
Oh, let's see if there's any big burning questions. I know Matt's got a question, I think, in the chat.
Let me jump in.
So I'll let you find the question.
With guests as Talk Studio record at the source, Streamline allows for source recording, which is handy for editing highlights. So when I was setting up the stream, I had the choice of cloud recording or source recording. Now, I haven't tested the source recording, but it was an option. Because I agree with you. Sometimes you do just want that better quality for the future edits. I haven't tested it, but it is an option. So it is there. That fire needs to be a move. Yeah, it needs to flicker, doesn't it? Keep us warm.
That's right. I'm getting a little bit.
Yeah, like
keep me warm. Live Stream Consultant says one other option is you can bring OBS in via an RTMP link and use all your overlays and such. But then because that's like overlaying on the signal that you're sending in rather than, then if you're bringing in guests and then there's a bit of a.
And this is the issue, right? If I'm going to use the desktop mode, I'm going to go Ecamm and I'll have all the overlays, have all the things that I can have. But when it comes to the guest, like when I'm doing this, the guest stuff is what's important. This is my use case scenario for this software. I'm still happily going to use Ecamm for my weekly streams on Fiberific unless I have a guest, and for my weekly streams here unless I have a guest, because that's where I'm comfortable. That's where everything's set up. I can be more flexible and fluid with that software. However, when I have a guest like Doug who has joined us, Doug's my priority right now. Doug in the chat, they're the priority. So I want to make sure that it's easy for Doug to get into, so that the guest needs to be able to just have a really simple click and enter situation. And I love at the start of the stream, Doug, when you were talking about how they actually walked you through how to add your cameras and things. I think that's something that a lot of these softwares forget, is sometimes the guests particularly are not tech savvy. Yeah. They are usually a person who's like, well, I can be a guest, but you have to bring me in because I don't know what I'm doing. They might be a specialist in a field or something like that. They're not always a streamer. So having that actual walkthrough, I think, is also really good. I don't know. I think it's always going to come down to your use case. It's always going to come down to your use case. Home Rapid Repair has a question. Let's see how long it takes. There we go.
It's a rant.
I want to rant about internet service. I currently have 200 down, but only 10 up. These companies seem to be behind the times. Yeah,
that ratio is a bit off, even for Australian standards. If you had 200 down, you'd be getting probably at least 20 to 40 up.
I've got 100 down and 40 up on my plan, and it's it seems to be an unusual plan for Australia, and I actually get those numbers as well, which is the other thing. Like, they tell you this is what it's going to be, but then really, Like if there's somebody else on the internet in your entire suburb, all of a sudden it's like,
Yeah, I got an email from my ISP saying that later this year, basically for no extra costs, they're going to faster speeds.
wow.
Faster. Yeah, so I think I'm currently on like 100 down. I
Yeah.
think it's going to go up to like 250,
Yeah.
and then I think the up's going to be high too. 'Cause I think I'm on like a 20 up,
Yeah.
which I think it's going to go up to like 50 up. So
Yeah.
I'm sort of happy,
that's
and
the
no extra
thing.
cost. So it's like
Like,
it's the same plan I'm on now.
I've got a question for you, Doug, and for the chat as well. How many of us are hitting even remotely close to our hundreds or 200s in downloads? Like those speeds. How many of us are like going, well, that took forever to download?
Sometimes you're throttled by maybe the website you're downloading from,
Yeah.
rather than your
your
internet
speed.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it just depends, and also if you've got a lot of people in the household, that's going to be doing a lot of, especially if you've got people gaming, because then you've got both
Gaming
way
is an
traffic.
issue, especially if they've got to update games and things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So the down's good for the stuff that's coming in, but you're also, when you're gaming, you're sending stuff out as well. So that upload is still a consideration. But often those games are also doing the streaming. So, they're using that streaming a little bit of streaming bandwidth, and then they're also got a bit of game going up to the game server bandwidth.
Yeah.
So you need it both ways. But
I just think they need to
understand why the
balance
down's
it
more.
out.
Yeah.
Like I would be happy. I would probably, there's a possibility I would stop complaining if I could get 50 down and 50 up.
Yeah.
Or 100 down and 50 up. Or 200 down and 100 up. Bring those ratios closer together.
Yeah, you want like the symmetrical, so it's the same both ways.
That would be amazing. I just can't see us getting it here, to be honest.
Yeah, very very rare.
Not while these companies are being run by dinosaurs who have no idea how it needs to be.
Yeah, they optimize for the down because most people are consuming rather than pushing a lot of traffic out. So that's why they
I'd love
optimize
it to
for
be
the
an
down.
option. Like
Yeah.
when you're signing up,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hey, I need a higher
Absolutely.
upload. And those that don't need it, don't need to pay for it. Those that do need it, I would pay for it. I'd be like, charge me an extra $10 a month to triple my upload speed.
Last Drink Consultant says, stop complaining, Larry. I'm lucky to get more than 4 up out here.
Yeah, I know that pain all too well. I know that pain.
That's funny. But yeah. I think 10 up on with 200 down is a little bit skimpy on the upload. Definitely, I think that could be way better.
Matt's saying the new NBN plan should make a difference. His current speed is 935 down and 47 up, but have had regular drops down to 5. And that was something I wanted to check here because they actually say that you need 20 to do these chats. Yeah,
because you've got
because we're guesting. Yeah,
guesting. You've got a little bit of extra usage because you're getting mine in near real time.
Yeah, so I can. Yeah, I see how it uses a bit more, but it's double what its normal requirements are. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, because it's like obviously mine's going out to their
their
server,
cloud. Yeah,
and then you're seeing what's being switched.
Yeah.
So really, it shouldn't be more.
No, that's the thing. It shouldn't be more.
Yeah,
but,
that's a bit weird.
But they say that they need more. I'm actually just going to run a speed test right now just to see.
Yeah. So if anything happens to the stream while the speed test is running, we know
what's going on. I'm just going to run a basic speed test. I'm not doing anything crazy. It's using hardly anything in downs, maybe 5 or 6 in downs.
Yeah, I've never heard that. Frankie says my internet plan is 50/20, but I get 5 free speed boost days a month, which boosts it, like basically doubles it to 140. So I use them when streaming and doing big downloads.
I love that. I wish I had the option for that.
That's perfect if you stream once a week and you could if you can pick the day, which I'm assuming you can, you can like streaming day, boom, let's use that.
Well, I mean, I'm not hitting any limits. It's not going any crazy. It's looking like it's using about 10. So maybe they're saying it takes 20 is like if you've got 20, you'll have no problems ever kind of thing. It's their butt covering.
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
So I'd be very curious to see somebody who has a lot lower internet to see what they get with.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, an example here, live stream consultants. Do you use Streamlabs when you're on your 4 megabit upload plan? And if so, let us know your experience.
Indeed.
Just having a look in the chat here. Lots of chatting. Live stream consultants, you're over the air, no hardline. Yeah, sometimes your mobile internet is better than your hardline, even in Australia. It depends on where you are.
Yeah, especially if you're on 5G, you could potentially.
Yeah. Yep.
Be way
I know
quicker.
that when I had the Fibrific shack out the front yard, I couldn't for me to connect to the home internet, I literally had to run a cable through my living room, out the side door, across the front lawn, and then in the window of my office there. And sometimes it was raining or whatever, and I didn't want to do that and like leave a cord laying in the rain. If I put my mobile phone up against the glass, I could get solid 5G signals, and I would just run a lot of my live streams using the 5G mobile, especially in the rain, rather than running cables across the lawn. So, yeah.
Fun.
Hang on a second, show this one. I have to, and still lags at certain times. Okay. All right. Well, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to move this big burning questions, Doug.
Yeah.
It's distracting me.
Yeah.
My neighbours still think I'm the crazy lady with the internet cable. I'll be out there rolling a cable, then rolling it back up at the end of the day, like lock my office. Like the little cable would pop out the window and I'd close the window and, have to roll it back up again. It was an issue. It was, especially with a new puppy chewing on cables, it was an issue. Design. Oh, wow. What is interesting here? Just to click off and on. All right. I've been hitting the bread X and getting annoyed that I had to keep uploading everything.
Oh, the red X, is that like delete?
It is actually delete. And I mean, it does do the whole, are you sure you want to delete this? And I'm like, well, I definitely want it off the screen.
Is it like StreamYard? You just like click it again and it disappears?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a hot minute since I've used StreamYard, all right? I'm definitely out of the loop here. I'm out of the loop.
That's what we call user error.
That's right. It's a picnic error. Person in
so
chair. Oh dear. Surprisingly, I had better upload speeds when I had LTE versus the 5G with the new iPhone 15. Isn't that frustrating? That's got to be so frustrating.
And that's probably definitely like a coverage issue, I would say.
Yeah. And like I was saying before, we all have to test these things out for ourselves. We're all in different like geolocal places. We're all using different technology, whether it's Wi-Fi, hardline, phone like 5G versus hardlines, all these sorts of things. Everyone's running totally different systems. All I can do is show you the options. You do need to dig in and check for yourself. But yeah, I'm actually surprisingly happy with this. I was expecting it to be a bit, for $19.
Yeah,
I was expecting less.
This is solid.
This is solid. And I'm not noticing, I mean, it could be like they just don't give you the warning when it's like a janky connection. I'm not getting any of that. I'm getting excellent connection stream health from YouTube.
I've got a thing up here that I can see above me and above you. It's got like a little Wi-Fi thing
Yeah.
to show the strength of the signal, and they're both like full bars.
Yep.
So at least I don't know whether that changes.
I don't know.
But I don't know why they would have it there otherwise.
Yeah. I also like that we can see it, but it's not actually in the stream.
Yeah.
Like I like that as well. There's some things like that I'm appreciating. Let's have a look here. Lots of chatting happening. So, Doug.
Yes.
Did we want to offer anybody in the chat a look at their channels today?
No, I don't think so.
All right, they can all just blow it out their butts.
I'm happy. I'm happy to do whatever. We can look at that. We can take people's questions about anything to do. It doesn't have to be live streaming. It can be about YouTube or anything else.
YouTube,
or,
absolutely.
Or if we're at that shoot the breeze section of the show, hey, whatever the random topic of the day is.
Yeah.
But
well, and this is the thing. So if you've not been to one of my streams before, I do, it's like a shiny thing. Move on. And we're not going to be able to just test this software just by looking at it and clicking. We have to use it. We have to be in it. So I'm thinking we may as well jump into Shoot the Breeze and just go with the flow for a while, because I want to, like, some of these streaming softwares, they work really great for the first hour and then they just, go jank. So, we're going to be hitting up our first hour soon. So we'll be able to see if that goes from there. Doug needs coffee, apparently.
Well,
are you a morning coffee person, Doug, or are you a tea person in the morning?
At breakfast, I have tea. Morning, sort of mid-morning, if I'm at work, I'll have a coffee.
Yep.
Like, 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, that's, coffee time.
The step a step away from your desk. And
yeah, on weekends I don't, because I'm on a different schedule on the weekends. Like, I'm not up as early as I am for work.
Yeah.
Because I'm a night person.
And
so when you're a night person, you tend to not get up super early.
Yeah, I'm a night person who has to get up early for meetings. And then I have this gap in the middle of the day where I'm a bit of a zombie, where I'm like, you know what? This is just my life now. I just have to accept this. And having my husband work from home, and I'd be like, just before he'd be going to bed at like 10:30 and I'd still be here pottering away. And then I'd scramble off to bed at about midnight. And then I'd be up at 7. He's like, why are you up so early? I'm like, 8 o'clock meeting. He's like, why do you have 8 o'clock meetings? And I'm like, because it's like 4 o'clock for the person I'm meeting with. And it's like the latest I can push it in the morning without having to stay up until like 2 a.m., which is that point for me where I start getting a bit too tired. So yeah, especially considering I've been getting up for 8 o'clock meetings. And yeah, it's just one of these things where, just one of these things. Looking at something here.
Oh, what are you looking at?
Doug, Matt's comment down the bottom, he's happy for us to share some opinions. On YouTube, not a clickable link.
Oh, because it doesn't have... Oh, yeah. You saying...
That's a clickable link here in this software?
Yeah, they recognize it. They can see that it's a URL without the HTTP.
Yeah.
://.
That's really interesting. So I have my stream set up, or my whole channel actually, where people can't share websites, right? Which I highly recommend you do. And Matt's popped in his in a channel here for us to look at. And because you can't put it in as a clickable link in a live stream, this software has actually got it. So in the chat that we can see. So if we go here, this section here where it says youtube.com, in the comment area,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to click on it and see what it does. It opens a link. It literally opens the link.
Yeah, I've already opened it up. It's already on my screen, ready to go.
I actually think that's a cool thing, but this use case.
Yeah.
I really
Definitely.
do.
Definitely.
That's very cool. Sorry, I was just like, wait, is that a line under that?
Yeah. It's clickable.
But yeah, so one thing I wanted to talk about briefly before we do jump over and check out Matt's channel here. Vid Summit. I have got no skinny. I can't drop any information. Daryl is the person who drops the information. I am not allowed. Like, I work for Vid Summit and I work for Daryl, but it's not my job to drop any of that extra stuff early. So we wait for Daryl, and he'll drop it when he's good and ready.
All I can say is, the place that any of us will hear it first will be probably Daryl's Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're not following Daryl on Twitter, you need to go and follow Daryl on Twitter.
Yeah.
Doug, I am going to. Are you right for me to show your screen? I've noticed you've got the Vid Summit channel up there.
Yeah, go for it.
So yeah. If you aren't following Doug, follow Doug on Twitter too. But if you're not following Daryl on Twitter, you absolutely need to be, especially if you are interested in Vid Summit. I'm just going to drop some Vid Summit deets there for tickets and what have you.
You heard it first, Mr. Beast. It's Mr. Beast.
This is actually last year's speakers that are still up here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that sort of makes sense.
Like, if you have a look, there's Hope Scope, there's Kristen. Like, it's all last year's speakers.
Yeah.
So
and some of those are probably coming back. So
yeah, there's a good chance that some of them will come back.
Matt Pat, I don't know. Matt Pat's coming back this year,
but yeah,
definitely.
Like there's a good chance that Daryl will be back.
I think there's a high chance, actually.
You reckon? Yeah. High chance?
High chance.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know if Colin Samir will be speaking again this year.
No idea.
Like some people will come back because some people like speak every year. You know, we know that Nick's spoken every year for over many years.
Yeah.
I think last year he did a session with Roberto. Yeah. They did. It was like at first 8 o'clock in the morning session.
I know. I'm like, they met? Have they met Nick? Like that was a bit cruel. That was a bit cruel, making him get up and talk that early in the morning.
Come on.
But yeah, no, not updated yet. But you can get your tickets.
Definitely last year's speakers.
Now, I do know that they're going to be shutting off the early bird pricing earlier this year than they did last year.
Yeah.
So you do need to go, if you want that $8.95 price, you do need to go in and get that sooner rather than later. But yeah, it's look, I'm a bit sad I'm not going this year. I totally understand why I'm not going. But if you can go, like this, and I say this every year, if you can go, you should go. But I also understand all the limitations to not being able to go for various reasons.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I know Larry's keen to have pizza with me. I'm not 100% yet, so we'll see. Like the desire and the willingness is there. Yeah,
and Home Rapid Repair's right. So the $8.95 ticket, that's the cheapest part. The travel and the hotels cost more than that. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also the other thing to do when you're looking at the hotels, while the website does give you links to get, deals in the blocks, don't discount looking for hotels yourself as well. Sometimes you might be able to score yourself a pretty decent deal. And it is right on that, is it called the Dart there, Doug?
Yeah, the Dallas area rapid transit.
Yeah, so it's right on the Dart. So you don't even have to stay right there. You can stay a little bit further out if that's what you want to do. So, there's options.
Yeah.
The only place I've stayed at over there is the Texican, and I loved it. The room was lovely. The atmosphere was lovely. The food in that restaurant, phenomenal. So happy about that. But yeah, it was. So I have no input because that's the only place I've stayed.
Yeah.
But it was great.
Yeah. I stayed at the across the way at the Holiday Inn
Yeah.
both the last 2 years. So
Yeah.
that's been good. I booked that myself. I didn't go through the Vid Summit website to book that. I went booking.com or wherever one
Yeah.
of those booking sites. And if they got the rooms available, then hey, jump on them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
there's all those options. So yeah, they're gonna show you on the Vid Summit website for the accommodation. They're gonna show you like the allocation
Yeah.
that hotel has given
Yeah. So
Vid Summit.
VidSummit blocks, like gets deals and can block certain number of rooms at a
Yeah,
particular price, and
yeah,
it's part of a particular package. And if you really desperately want to stay at that hotel, just because that block sold out doesn't mean they've necessarily sold out. Now you
yeah,
may have to pay a little more. You might be getting a different package. Um, but that just because the block is sold out doesn't necessarily mean the hotel it has, except for the Westin. The Westin is actually sold out already. But the other hotels around that are part of the accommodation block. Doug, would you mind clicking on the menu and just going and checking? Because that's up to date. The accommodation, the lodging is all up to they're keeping that pretty up to date. So they've got a loft.
the
Is
Aloft.
still available.
The Aloft and this Hyatt place, they're sort of across the other side of one of the freeways.
And I believe, like, check with the hotel, but I believe that I think the Hyatt definitely, but I do think the Aloft as well. They have shuttle buses, so double check with the hotel if there's a shuttle to the convention center, and
Yeah.
you may actually be able to jump on that shuttle as well. So make sure you're talking to the hotels. Don't just book online and hope for the best. Give them a quick call and chat with somebody and find out some information, or send them an email.
This Holiday Inn here is the one that's further away.
Yeah.
Because there's two different ones. This is the one. This is not the one I stayed at. This is a
Okay.
different one.
Yeah.
But I think they have a shuttle as well. From
Yeah.
what I think, I know I spoke to a few people who were staying there.
Yeah.
In the past, the Westin is across the road. That's like the main hotel across the road. That's why there's no vacancies.
Yeah.
Plus, it is one of the higher
price ones. Yeah.
The Texarkana is across the road as well.
Yeah.
And definitely walking distance. That's walking distance. Yeah, and there's others around. They're not.
Yeah,
they're
see,
just
and
ones
this is
that
the
they've
thing.
got
These are
listed.
just the ones that the Vid Summit have been able to get deals and blocks with. There's plenty of lodging options. There's so many lodging options to look at if these are either out of your budget or they're not where you want to be.
Yeah. There's a Marriott just further down the road. You can see it from the venue.
Yeah, because like if you're a person who travels a lot, you may already have like points or rewards at a different hotel chain. Don't discount that just because it's a bit further down the street or something like that. Because there's so many people at this event that they are spread out and they're all walking around and traveling around and checking out all the different restaurants. And that's something that I would make sure that you're doing is when you are like at something like Vid Summit or VidCon or whatever, don't just plan for the day. Plan for the night and your meals as well, because that's the other thing. So many conversations, there's so many things happening during the lunch breaks, during the, like after hours, that you can just go in and be part of. It doesn't matter what channel size you are. No one is asking that question. Like I didn't hear that question happen at all.
Yeah.
Like there's
Absolutely.
no judgment on new channels, small channels versus the biggies. There's no line. There's no hard line. There's respect. But aside from that, it's everyone's a creator. We're all on the same path. And that was such an amazing, that was something I really, like, you walk in and it's just this high energy feeling of excitement of being around people that know the language that I'm speaking. So, yeah.
Yeah. like I go down for breakfast at my hotel, and there's like creators in there, and you bump into someone you know, or just someone across the table, you end up having conversations there at breakfast. Lunch, if you go out for lunch or if you stick around the venue for lunch, um, there's always opportunities. There's an outdoor area, seating area. You can get out, get some sun, and uh, uh, you're talking. There's a lot of people around, so you're obviously bumping into people, introducing yourself to people,
Yeah.
people introducing themselves to you, and you can talk about YouTube afterwards, dinner time. There's so many restaurants and stuff to go to, so you can have plans like get-togethers for dinner, like
Yeah.
where it's organized. So say you're a part of a membership or something, and they say, okay, when we're at Vid Summit on the Wednesday night, we're going to have a get together. We're going to meet at this restaurant and chill and whatever. Like I had a couple of those last year. It's like I'm in like a membership on somebody's channel, like
Yeah.
Daniel Batal, for example. He said, okay, members, we're gonna have dinner at this particular place. Come and hang and have a meal together and chat
Yeah.
and do all that. So there's all those sorts of opportunities. There's get-togethers, and there's formal ones and informal ones, and
Yeah.
you can just hook up with a couple of people you met and go and have some Mexican or some sushi or some pizza
Yeah.
or something. So there's ample opportunities to just sit down and have one-on-ones and one on threes, and small group,
Yeah.
one-on-one, a big group of people. There's there's
You get to
opportunities.
choose. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
you
there's
can
so
hang
many
with whoever you
opportunities.
want. You can hang like it was amazing that sometimes we would go to dinner and end up hanging with people in our niche
Yeah.
who are like, we see them, we watch them on YouTube. We've never met them before, like Nate Black and
Yep.
Marcus Jones.
I was
And
actually just talking to my husband about Nate Black this morning.
yeah,
And I'm like, that dude is like 7 feet tall, right?
he is. He's tall. He's like taller than me.
He's taller than Nick.
Yeah,
I was so shocked.
yeah, he's
But
tall.
yeah, it's
Yeah. So we'd be having meeting up with everybody, like hanging with Roberto Blake and Brian G. Johnson and Nick, of course.
yeah,
There's probably a whole bunch of others.
yeah. The list is long. The list is
and
long. Like, and one of the things that I really remember and that I'm actually going to miss is hanging out with like you and Larry and Livestream Consultants
yeah,
and like,
exactly.
and just us lot from this chat as well, just having dinner at the Texican, and just I'm definitely going to miss that. That's going to be the big Livestream Consultants. Is just, we are all taller than you. Yes, you are. I'm 5'2". There's a pretty good chance everyone's taller than me. Everyone I know is taller than me. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Nick and Dee are both very, very tall. I think Dee is trying to go this year as well. Is that?
Yeah, I don't think he is.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think he is. I think he's planning to go next year now.
Oh, okay.
I think he's got some. I think he's got some conflicts
Ah,
with the timing.
the dates. Oh, so frustrating.
So we'll see how that goes. That's the
Yeah.
last I heard. I think he was mentioning, it might have been a couple of weeks ago on stream, when the week that you were not available.
Oh, okay.
I
Yep,
think he
yep.
was talking about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was either that or on one of his. I jumped in on one of his solo streams on Twitch.
Yeah.
He might have been. Oh yeah, it was. It was on that stream. It was that same week though.
Oh, okay.
Later, I was getting ready to go to bed after Nick's stream.
Yeah, because it's already 2 a.m., Doug.
And he jumped on Twitch and was doing like a music creation stream and doing some testing, and I was on there. I was basically the only one watching, and then John Pullum came in.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so we got talking about Vid Summit.
Yeah.
And so that's sort of where I heard he had that conversation with us about not going this year, which is so disappointing. I've been looking forward to
I was hoping he was going to go this year. Yeah.
I haven't seen Dee in person since 2019.
That's the time I met Dee in person. Dee and Andrew was 2019 was the last time was the last time I saw either of those guys in person. So yeah, it's just one of those things, and it is expensive. And those of us coming from Australia, we've got all the extra issues of making sure our passports are valid, and the international travel aspect of it, as well as the going through customs and things like that. You've got all these additional things that you have to just sort of think about and decide if you can afford it, for one thing, and it's additional time. And then when you come back, I don't know about you, Doug, but I was just like a slug for days after I came home. I was just, my ears were ringing, and I was just like, I'm just going to lay here and just sleep a bit and just do nothing. But yeah, it's, and those of you, and after VidSummit is when they usually start selling the virtual ticket. So if those of us that can't attend, it normally takes a couple of weeks for all the videos to get edited and put up onto the vidsummit.tv. And that's when they start selling those virtual passes separately. It's not until after VidSummit that they release them, so you can't choose beforehand. But just keep an eye out. Things change. Like, that's how they did it last year, but they did it differently the year before. So just keep an eye on it, and keep, like, those of us that can't go, just keep a little eye on things just to see what's happening. It's always fluid. It's always in motion. There's always things changing and new things coming in and old things going out, and just have a look around. Livestream consultant says, depending on which state you're coming from, Texas can feel like international travel as well. That is funny. Yeah. Geez, come on now. That's a bit harsh. The only creator that I've seen that's smaller than Chantelle. Like, I have to go and check out with Fly with K now, because, we might be able to bond over the fact that livestream consultants considers us short. Mind you, I reckon he would consider, like, 6 foot people short. Gosh.
So yeah, VidSummit. That's VidSummit.
That's VidSummit.
Yeah.
That's VidSummit. Now, should we jump over and look at Matt's channel?
I've got it here. I can just click and we're there.
All right.
There
Excellent.
It is. Deb and Matt chat.
Cruise life travel. Nice.
Okay. So I get a cruise ship vibe.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of our get rid of some stuff and make it go big screen.
Yeah, I'll let you do the switch.
I just need to work out where everything is the problem. It just takes me a little minute to find all the stuff because it's all new for me. So let me just kill that. We'll go. There we go.
All right.
Alrighty.
So we've got Deb and Matt chat. It gives me the whole idea that there's some chatting going on.
Possibly.
Also the visuals and everything are telling me this is like cruising and cruise life and whatnot.
And flying. There's planes
I got a plane, yeah. So some sort of travel that revolves around maybe cruising. So hopefully we're on the right track just from the vibe. What I always like to start at the top and work down.
Yep.
And so the first thing I'd probably look at is the banner.
Mm-hmm.
I think the banner's pretty. I'm pretty digging the banner. Just like what's showing here visually on desktop. Anyway, the subscribe now. It's good to say. I don't mind having a subscribe call out on the banner, but it looks like a button, so it sort of tends people to want to click that, and they can't actually click it. That's not clickable. Right. Because you got to come over here. If you can see where my cursor is, and click there. I could probably. I can draw, can't I?
You should be able to draw.
Using the
big yellow arrow. I know you've gone purple.
It's purple by default. Let me go yellow because yellow's good. Yeah,
yellow stands out nicely on the black.
Yeah, so then we go. So you subscribe's there, but then people are going to try and click on this. I would put the words. I would still leave the subscribe and everything on there, but maybe not make it look like a button. Speaking of buttons, let's have a look. at the banner as a whole. I love how that you've actually put
Yeah.
like a something visually interesting to cover the whole banner art. Like
Yeah.
this is actually done very well.
It is. Yeah.
Where's my little
Look,
buttons
I
here?
do have. Can I just point out one thing?
Yeah.
That red font under the Deb and Matt chat with that white outline on it. It's very difficult to read.
Yeah, like up close on my 4K monitor, it's crisp.
Yeah.
But I can understand if it's like I'm looking at it on the screen there, and it sort of does.
I'll just open it up on my
white.
phone here.
Yeah, it breaks up on the white a bit for me.
Deb and Matt chat. But yeah, so it's very the red font is very difficult.
Yeah.
Like I get that, you know, in our brains red stands out, but it can also blur out. So I've got no issues with the words that you're adding there, but I would have a look at the font and maybe choose something a little different there. Have a play, see what stands out a little bit better. Maybe even stick a shadow behind it. It might help. Rather than just the
shadow versus the stroke or the
that's right. Yeah, maybe outline. Use shadow rather than stroke. Yeah. So just play with it, see what stands out.
Yeah, it's always a matter of testing and trying different things. It.
And depending on the software that you're using for your thumbnails and for your banners, drop it down to, like, when you're looking at it on your screen, drop it down to about 25%. And that will give you a rough idea of what people can actually see on their phones. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Yes, and I do love that you've optimized for television. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. It's good because when people are watching on TV, if they go to your channel page, they're going to see that whole thing that's highlighted there in the apricot.
I will say that the about information will probably cover whatever's written in that red anyway.
Yeah, because it sort of the TV stuff sort of comes out. Comes out around here.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't have my. I can't highlight there. Desktop, we already know that's all fitting.
Desktop, we could see
trimming. Tablet is one we don't look at very often, but it's something where you can see instantly that we're going to lose the subscribe or it's going to get cut through, and usually having it on the outside so you don't see it, or having it on the inside so you do see it, but having it cut through can be a little bit jarring. But tablet isn't the biggest. That's probably the lowest sort of viewer the option. But this one, that's just scraping in the sense of
that Deb
everything.
Is just, if you could bring that Deb over just a smidge, just like you always want just a little bit of clear space around. So maybe bring the Deb over to line up with Cruise.
From what I can tell, it's deliberately designed to fit the mobile, which is exactly what you want to do.
Yeah,
it's just getting real close. I don't know how accurate I'm still testing my tool here to make sure that that's accurate. What I can do is
just open your phone up, Doug.
I can bring it up to my phone so I don't have anything open. So ideally, the YouTube app is the banner in the YouTube app is what you want to look at. The trick is I have to go and find the channel on my phone, so I'm not gonna do that right now. But let's continue on from the banner. But generally, the banner is pretty good. I give fairly high marks for that banner.
You know, if you just search Deb and Matt chat, it actually comes up the first.
Oh, let me have a look.
And yeah, it's your app is spot on.
Okay, so it's like really, it's just touching up against the side.
You're seeing the smidge edge of that red subscribe, and so what I would probably do, Matt, is that whole middle section, just drop it over like 5 pixels.
And then it might take off that little.
It'll take off that little edge of the red.
Subscribe.
Yeah,
and then. Yeah,
and balance it out a little more. Yeah.
So just a little shuffle to the right side.
Yeah. So just grab that whole lot and just move it over a little, and that will solve that.
It's a minor change.
It is a very minor change. We're being exceptionally picky.
Being super picky. The about page. I think the about page is an important thing. I always like to front load the description of the about page to do something like enticing to bring in the idea of what the channel's about.
Yeah.
Because this appears in various places on YouTube when people hover over maybe like a channel link or a profile picture or something. The first X number of characters will appear
Yeah.
in that. So we've got the welcome aboard, Deb and Matt chat, where adventure meets daily life. Join us, Deb and Matt, as we explore the world one cruise and travel adventure and explore the world. Okay, so I'm not sure that flows.
Explore the world. One cruise. It needs a
one.
comma. That's all it does.
Yeah. That's where it's
It
got
just
me.
needs a comma.
Yeah, I'm thinking there should be a comma there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're trying to. Your brain wants to pause, but the sentence doesn't. Yeah.
One cruise and travel adventure at a time. Yeah, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
When I've got the comma there, that's perfect. Shares tips, guides. Okay, this is a solid description. It sort of gives a very good outline. And going into the why in the second paragraph there, we started this channel to share our love of adventure, so on. That's really good extra information. If people are going through and reading it, then they get they definitely helps them to get into the vibe of what the channel's about before they get into the content to see what the vibe of the content's about.
Yeah.
And just going to look at the links while we're
There's
here.
some good links down there.
Yeah.
You don't have there's no way to contact you. There's no contact email.
There's no contact email.
If you win a prize on Daryl's live stream, I can't send you your form to fill out.
So Chantelle, what's the best practice for a business email?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So basically you do not want to be using the same email address that you use to set your channel up. It is a security thing. You definitely want to be making sure that hang on, there we go. When it comes to your email address, you should have one for a start. There should be one there. There should be a way for people to contact you, for brands to contact you, for for other creators to connect with you. There should be a way for people to do this, but you do not want that to be your email address that you use to set up your channel. That just gives hackers like a head start on how to hack your channel. It should be like, so say you've got your Matt and Chat, Deb and Matt Chat website, info@Deb and Matt Chat, you can set it up so that, or something like that, where they can contact you. It needs to be a separate email, but it does need to be there.
Perfect.
That's
Perfect.
basically it.
That's everything I would have covered too. I think that's awesome.
That's good.
I think that's really good. What I'm going to do, let's have a quick look at the homepage. Okay, the For You section, that's going to be like, I'm not going to talk about thumbnails just yet, but that's a section that it sort of defaults and it is customized to the viewer. So this is customized for me. Not that this is the type of content I generally watch, particularly on this channel. But by default, it's going to say, oh, you might be interested in this. And some of this is like, it's a couple of recent ones, like a recent video, recent stream.
You're getting some decent views there as well, which is not bad.
Yeah. I'm liking what I'm seeing in terms of, but the channel is only 1.7K subscribers.
And you're getting more views than subscribers, which is a really good, that's really great.
That's healthy, because not everybody sort of clicks the subscribe button automatically. Sometimes they might want to watch half a dozen videos. Like there's channels that I watch on a couple of times a week that I haven't hit subscribe on because YouTube just keeps showing me the latest content.
Yeah.
So that's why subscribers is great to get to some goals that you might have, particularly to get to like monetization, different things.
Yeah.
But after that, it's like YouTube are promoting your content for you, so you don't need people to get a reminder to come back because YouTube's putting those videos in front. And if it catches their eye and they remember it, they enjoyed it the last time they watched, they're going to click in again and watch again. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, the next shelf here, I see popular videos. Now, this is the default popular videos. Yeah. And you can see that the one that's listed here is 6 months ago. So this is sort of based on probably, popular views. When you sort by popular on your video tab, this is probably mostly the same order as that. What I would do is actually create a horizontal playlist and move it up into this spot here,
Yeah.
like right below the For You, that is your recent videos. So that
Yeah.
they're seeing the most recent video, the next most recent video. And so and then they're seeing, because people are looking for recency. They want to see that you're regularly posting.
And you're
If they
still
see that
traveling.
if they see that this is still 6 months old or a year old, they're going, oh, maybe they stopped posting.
Yeah.
And we know that's not the case, because we know up here, this was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Let me go down here, which is probably what this is probably what this shelf is. So I'll just move this shelf up, videos, and move them up to, because that's 2 days ago, 7 days ago. So this does look like it's the playlist that is your most recent videos.
I would rename that though. I wouldn't just leave it as videos. Like if that's a created playlist,
yeah,
I would rename that, make it a bit more enticing, you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's one of the default ones, and it's just further down.
Yeah,
or
I'm
whether
not sure
that's
if it is a default
customized one.
Yeah.
And if you do customize the playlists, or do have a custom playlist, make sure you fill in a description.
It's
so
all
that there's a
searchable.
description
It's
that
all
fills in.
SEO on not just YouTube, but also Google.
Yeah.
And if people Google for traveling information as well, you want to be that video that pops up at the first part of the search. And if they will pick up playlists as well. So like there's a P&O playlist there. That
let me scroll.
What's the description like on that? Is that the whole description?
That's the description, yeah.
All right. That you need like a good sentence. Like that's not bad, but it needs to be a bit more in depth.
That's more like a what we call like a label, which could also be the title. You could call the playlist "Cruising on P&O" or something like that.
Yeah, that's
instead
right.
of just P&O, just to be a little bit more descriptive, and then fill in a description to say.
Someone who's never cruised before may not know that P&O is a cruise company. Yeah. So you while you're looking at these things from your perspective as a person who has traveled a lot or has cruised a lot, there could be somebody who's planning their very first ever cruise or deciding if they even want to go on a cruise, looking at your content, and they have no idea that P&O is a cruise company. So you need to make these things for that person who has never done this or never seen it before. Assuming lingo, language, things like that is just standard for travel. This could be someone who's never had the opportunity to travel before. They're either young or just not had, the time or ability to.
Yeah.
And travel vids, I think that needs to be looked at as well.
Yeah. The other thing I would do is maximize these horizontal playlists, as long as you've got enough videos to fill out. Like, see how there's 6 there, maybe 5, 6 or more. If you've got playlists like that, and then because you got like this playlist,
it looks
the
like
P&O playlist
there's a
has
good number of
47
videos.
So they've all got plenty of videos in to become horizontal playlists. I would try and avoid.
Yeah, get rid of that multiple playlist.
Yeah.
And just choose one of your better horizontal, because we know you've only got 12 things you can put on this page. So you do have to limit it out. But if you put something on there that's the most enticing, the things that is pretty popular on your channel, pop that there. That'll get people viewing, and then they'll be able to see, they'll get shown more and more and more of your content.
That's right. Because there's another one that's another created playlist, which is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Past live streams is an interesting one to have. I think that's worth having as a shelf.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't know you could do a post shelf. I've never seen that before. Post shelf. Have you ever seen that before?
I thought I had. Let me just. My brain's like, it's not new in my brain. My brain's like, no, that came in when they did the community tab.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they
just,
did. That's because I didn't hear about them adding it as a shelf option.
Yeah, and it's not automatically there.
Yeah, you have to add that in. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's.
I like that. I do like that.
Yeah. I don't know where in the mix of, because I think it's like up to 12 sections you can have on your homepage.
Yeah.
So I don't know like where. I probably want to prioritize content over posts. But I think it's something interesting to keep in there
Yeah.
because then people aren't necessarily jumping to your
Post
um,
tab.
post tab over here.
Yeah.
Up here. Actually, I was going to click on it. That's it. Like that's the feed. That's the actual feed of the post tab there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an interesting one. I'm going to jump to the videos tab.
All right.
There's a few other things you could put on the homepage, but I don't think they're a priority like recommended channels and stuff. I think that's a totally optional thing that if that's the vibe, if you have multiple channels you want to promote, or like you could even promote other channels in your niche as well. But
That's
I would
right.
never
If
put
you've
them near
got
the
friends
top.
who've got their own channels that you travel with sometimes, or they appear in your videos or something like that, that's a really good fit for those.
Yeah.
Those
And
sorts
you'd always
of.
put them down near the bottom anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, videos.
Okay.
Now, I think the elephant in the room is going to be the thumbnails.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
So what's your first
Now, Matt
thoughts
has
on
already
the
jumped
thumbnails?
in and said that he hates making thumbnails,
As many of us do.
as many of us do. And like they've got a lot of great videos, like, because we all know you can't travel 24/7. So I'm loving that there is just so much content, that there is so many videos being created. You're finding lots of different ways to make lots of different videos. And I think that is awesome. And I think your thumbnails might be letting you down just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, my first thing would be less text.
Yes.
That'd be my first thing.
It's sort of the standard rule of thumb is maximum 3 to 5 words. It does not need to repeat anything that is in your title. So it's sort of more just to sell the imagery.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like, and sort of, I'm looking at this carnival disappears. I actually can't read what's in the yellow box.
It says breaking cruise news. So it's
Thank you.
Yep.
Because I've got reading glasses on and my monitor's pushed just a little bit back, which I actually do that intentionally when we're doing this, because if I can't read it with my reading glasses and my monitor is 70 centimeters away, there's a good chance you can't read it on your phone. But yeah, so
for the cruise ship stuff, I'd probably try and leverage either the image of the ship that the video's about, or the video takes place on, so it's like a location thing, or if you're going to a very specific place, maybe some imagery. If you've taken try and take like more photos than you probably need, and so that there might be something that will come up that could make a really good
like
basis of
that
a
one down
thumbnail.
the bottom, the next row down, that's got the Sydney Opera House in it. It's like our final day.
Yeah.
So you don't need to have the Royal Caribbean Sydney, Hobart, Eden, Sydney. That doesn't need to be there.
I think that's it's already part of the title.
Yeah. So you don't need that there. You could absolutely blow up that Sydney Opera House to be quite enormous in that picture. And you know, it's that could tell a lot more. Like I see that you like to have your face in the thumbnails, and that I don't have an issue with that. I like to have my face in my thumbnails too. But yeah, that you could be like, because you're getting some lovely photos of these trips and adventures that you're going on, but then you're covering it with like the half cut of the blue. You're utilizing information that's already in your title to cover the imagery. The imagery is what's going to sell your video.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
you're covering it. So if you scale back some of that stuff, it'll actually make making your thumbnail probably a bit easier. So if a word is used in your title, it does not need to be in the thumbnail.
Yeah. What can be compelling too on the text on thumbnails? It could be like a single word or something that's like just sort of nails it. But yeah, letting the image speak. Like for the cabin review one, I'd remove all the text. Maybe get the picture of the cabin that you're going to review, the review of the cabin, so they can actually visually see what the cabin looks like.
Yeah.
And say, I want to know more.
Yeah. Because like the other thing you can do is you've got ABC split testing, right? So you could leave that one there as one of the options. You could create like two others. So you could make one that's just the imagery of the cabin with cabin review as your font. No other imagery, not your face, nothing, just that. And then you could have a third option, which is you guys in the corner, maybe, a slightly different image of the cabin, and see which of those three gets you more clicks and gets you more views. It's going to come down to testing, because like the other thing is, right, you need to take all this with a grain of salt, because we can give you best practices, but I'm not your usual audience, and I'm not sure if Doug's your usual audience, but we can give you best practices for YouTube, but you have to test it on your audience.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm just having a look.
So see that cruise medical emergency?
This one here.
Yeah.
I was just, that one caught my eye straight away.
All right. Do you want to? Yep.
Yeah, I'm just getting my pencil out. So
all right.
Just sort of show you this one here.
So in my brain, you could have just made that just an image of the cruise ship without the blue behind it, just a really sharp, beautiful image of a cruise ship with medical emergency. And maybe, like that medical cross that you just put a plus sign in. And that could be worth a test as well. Don't have it split. Have more image of the cruise ship.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you think? What would be your suggestion there, Doug?
Yeah, like it's better because it instantly has less text than most of these other ones that I'm looking at right
absolutely.
now. And it does get my attention with the ship, because it tells you the location. Hey, this has happened in the middle of a cruise.
Yeah.
We've got a medical emergency, and then it's sort of brought home by the sign. So it's just a matter of just getting that laid out. That's better than most of the ones we've already seen.
It's
just a few more tweaks to maybe get that
just
better.
To get it to pop a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of different ways you could do that.
Yeah.
But thinking in that direction is definitely the way to go.
I think so.
And it looks like you did a follow-up on that topic, and I'm not sure if that, because this one here is part of the cruise vlog.
Yeah.
All right. But this one seems to be more like hey, we're addressing the topic. And so I'm hoping that this has all the links in it that's directing them to this other video.
That's right.
Because they're linked, or they're put in a medical emergency playlist or something. That
there's
multiple ways to link
comment.
those videos both directions to get the people who more people viewed this one than they did the vlog. That could be just because this is more of a searchable topic.
Yes.
Why travel insurance matters.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you're probably retelling the story, but this is also experiencing the story. So making sure that both of these videos are linked in the end screens to each other, and also in pinned comments, in the description, all that sort of stuff. Just as a side note, just because I noticed that they're related, and that was like a good idea to we've got more to say about this topic, so let's make a dedicated video. And that's sort of what I'm getting is the thinking behind that. But again, the thumbnail on that one, certainly you could probably sort of riff off the first one, which looks like what you tried to do with the blue.
Yeah.
Cruise medical emergency. This is why travel insurance matters. I think the key part is about why travel insurance matters. That's what's going to get extra people in.
Yeah.
And I've scribbled so much that I'm
beginning to.
read
I
all
can't
that
see what's on the screen now. Yeah.
Let me just remove that. Like the title, cruise travel insurance. Do you need it? Why you need it?
Yeah.
I think the title could be a little bit more succinct.
Yes.
To get attention and probably still work with making it searchable. Because I think
it's
those
a good
extra
idea
views
to
may
keep your
have come.
titles sort of under 70 characters.
Yeah.
They get truncated in search.
Like you could have, I think just for the critical and grabbing attention, it could have just been why you need travel insurance. Just the last part of that might have worked well as the title.
Yeah.
Like
I watched a video, like when I was planning on going to the US last year, it was a video of if you can't afford a travel insurance, you can't afford to travel.
Yeah. It's a
And it was
strong
just like, it was
statement that grabs
so in your
attention.
face that I was just like, wait, what?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah,
It's when you're working out like how you're gonna sort of frame the thumbnail and the title as a package together. Are we leaning towards wanting to grab attention, which we do need with the thumbnail to grab attention
do.
when people see it in the
Yes.
feed. So that's a visual thing. But then the title could is it creating like curiosity in some way?
Yeah.
Or is it like grabbing attention? Just it's like that's arresting me. It says
And you
why
could even
you
just
need
have it
travel
as
insurance.
why travel insurance matters.
Yeah.
You don't have to have this as why, just why travel insurance matters.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. You could have just simplified the text on the thumbnail.
yeah, that's right.
Reworked the imagery.
Yeah.
I think even like if we lost some of that blue in the background, it had more of
more of
you
the picture.
in bed in the sick bay.
Yeah.
Showing that you were in a situation where you had to go to sick bay, and that and the intimation is that's going to cost you some money.
Yeah.
And that's why travel insurance is vital, because if you're going to be out of pocket if you don't have that travel insurance to cover you. So they can see that if that thumbnail's like, I'm in a dire place, I'm on this ship and I'm in sick bay for whatever the medical emergency is. And really for the topic, the actual emergency itself, what it was, it doesn't matter. The fact that you had to go to sick bay and it's gonna, that's gonna cost you money, and that travel insurance is your savior in that situation. So
Absolutely.
so that can be rejigged. So that's interesting. We're spending a lot of time on a single thumbnail.
We are, but that's all right. That's what we're doing.
But I think we've
That's
got
what
the
we're doing.
vibe for the thumbnail thing. And when
But
we're
like,
looking
if
at
you
that.
scroll down here, look at that Quantum of the Seas, why cruise for 2 nights. Like,
this one, yeah.
that's a lot cleaner again. It's
like
you've
that
been
one.
going through like some sort of, you know that you want to work on your thumbnails. You're testing and trying some different things. Keep doing that.
Yeah.
Keep doing that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hit and miss with thumbnails. It's like we think it's gonna be good, and like the thumbnail next to it says this is awesome. Sometimes we go, okay, this is reasonably awesome. In the scheme of things of how I do my thumbnails, and I'm not that good, but I think this is one of my better ones. And so you test it out. And I think what makes me better as somebody who does thumbnails is making multiple thumbnails for each video, even if you don't use them in the test and compare. Just the fact that you're thinking of different ways to present that same piece of information. Like sometimes the first one, I'll nail it. Sometimes the first one is really bad, and so I'll do it. But I've done a few more, and I could get worse, or I could get better. And then out of the three, going, this one clearly sort of stands out a little bit more. This might be the one I'm going to go with.
And the other thing is, you can look at those 3 thumbnails that you've made and go, well, actually, I like this part of this one and this part of this one. What would it look like if I actually put those together? And it's like that whole, like, let me know in the chat. Do you struggle like starting on the blank page? For me, getting that first one done is always the hardest. And then going through and going, well, I didn't like that, how that looks there. Let's try another one. So rather than just working over the top of the one, create extra ones each time so you can see your own development. And then you can decide, well, actually, I really do need that thing from that first one, and drag that over and, have a play with it. I think a lot of people have this attitude of, and not to say that this is you at all, Matt, but a lot of people have this attitude of, look, I'll just quickly knock out a thumbnail, right? And for some things, sure, that can happen. But if we start thinking that making a thumbnail needs to be an intentional part of our video, if we start thinking and planning our thumbnail before our video has started, that will help us to guide our edit. It'll help us to guide our content, because this is the video we want people to watch and make. So what is the video that will match this thumbnail? So it's an alternate way to look at things.
Absolutely. Now you do shorts.
Okay.
So I think we've looked at thumbnails for quite a while.
We have, yes, we did. We dug in.
The shorts definitely have a different vibe.
They do.
And they're not doing too bad. Like, obviously shorts can go mega viral, but not every short does, and that's fine.
And that's actually pretty normal as well.
Yeah.
I know that I work on a channel that just uploads shorts, and one short could do 10 times better than another short, and you're looking at it thinking, why?
Yeah. So, shorts are a funny thing, and there's multiple ways to like put shorts together. A lot of people will edit and then upload like a regular video. Some people will use their phone and just
Yep.
do it all on the spot. You could do a combo of both. Like
Yeah.
I've done it all different ways. Um, um, Sometimes what I would do is, I'm not sure if that's if you do when you upload it, if you then go back to mobile and pick a frame for the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Because sometimes just picking the right frame out of the video can sort of help improve, because otherwise YouTube just picks something random for you. It
Yeah.
may look good, may not look good, because some of these like the snorkeling one, that's that tells
That's
you
compelling.
that tells me everything.
Definitely. Yeah.
That tells me everything, and that's probably I'm assuming that's most of what's actually in the shorts, just like some
Yeah.
snorkeling shots, which makes sense. Different things like that, and sometimes like you like looking at like faces here.
Yeah, trying to get it where the mouth is like, well, you're not
Yeah.
doing a derp face. Do you know what I mean? Like, not to be harsh, but making sure that that what you're looking at or what you're doing is an intentional sort of thing,
Yeah.
not like mid speech sort of thing. Which
Yeah.
it's hard to do. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand entirely how hard it is to do, especially if you're grabbing clips from something else and you are trying to fit it into the time that you've got. But yeah, it's definitely something to try and do.
Yeah. If pick the frame that doesn't make you look silly or something like that, and
Yeah.
or convey something that you want to convey,
Yeah.
rather than just letting YouTube pick something. A lot of these are really good anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I
in
was going to
sense
say,
of-
like, we've got a couple right at the top there, but the rest seem to be pretty solid.
Yeah, and sometimes YouTube does a good job of just picking a frame that looks decent.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of just checking to see how it looks. They're going into your phone and doing it. And remember, you got to do that in the regular YouTube app. It's not in the Studio app.
Yeah, that's
A
right.
lot of people get confused by that because they're thinking,
And
"Oh,
look,
I'm
I
changing
think
the
YouTube
thumbnail."
make it confusing.
Yeah. They should allow you to do them both, in my opinion, but they just haven't done that yet.
I agree.
So yeah, good on you with the shorts. Like I'm no shorts expert, but I like to dabble. I like to dabble when it comes to shorts.
Dabblings.
Yeah, live streams are an interesting one for thumbnails, because
Yes.
I see this happen. Like this is like you've got guests and you want to highlight the guests, and you've telling them the time that the live. I think that's good that you've like said, hey, it's 7 p.m. Queensland time, but it's 9 p.m. Auckland time, and it's 5 a.m. in Miami. So you're sort of breaking it down to like time
different
zones
time
for viewers. Even though when it like if you schedule that in advance, which I'm assuming you are, with having that on your thumbnail, people will see what time it's due to start in their
They
local,
will see their own local time.
So
I was going to say, I don't know if that's really necessary.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trade-off, because YouTube will tell them in their local time, so it doesn't really matter where they are. If it's
as long as you've
scheduled, they'll see
scheduled it in advance, like
Yeah.
that's the big thing. As long as you've scheduled it in advance,
Mm.
YouTube will show it on the viewer's local time. So you
Yeah.
don't need to go into that level of effort, even though it's good, it's nice. And it's useful, especially if, your audiences are across these time zones.
Yeah.
But it's probably not necessary.
Yeah, and I'd think about like the title as well. Like for this particular one, it says a live stream of guests. Let's build a fantasy Australian cruise line episode 1. Live stream of guests. I don't know if that's like what you're calling the show, or whether the show's like let's build a fantasy Australian cruise line.
Yeah.
But whatever the name of the show is, I'd lead with that. If you
Yeah.
are putting episode numbers, then we're at the end
Having
is
them
good.
at the end is the place, yeah. I think the live stream with guests, it feels nearly placeholdery to me. It's like they forgot to delete that bit.
It could, yeah, it sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I sort of, definitely sort of get to the point of what the stream's about title wise. because the fact that it's a live stream and it's scheduled, you probably don't need to repeat the fact that it's a live stream.
Or we're going live.
Yeah. I've seen before where it says, it's a such and such stream, and then if it's a guest, they might go with or W / whatever they do, and then the name of the guest, if they can fit that in the title, if it's or they might just go, if it's a notable name, something somebody might know in that niche, then it's worth putting their name.
It's worth putting their name in.
Because that's the draw.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's not. If you've got multiple guests, and it's not enough room to put everybody's name in the title. And so I understand, including the imagery, definitely on the thumbnail. I'd probably feature them a little bit more on the thumbnail, like make them bigger.
I'm looking at that thumbnail and I'm thinking, if you got rid of the live icon, the we're going live, whatever that box is underneath it, let's chat about it.
Yeah. Let's build a cruise line as that box.
And actually just make all the images of the people bigger, and then just one line of, what, like the fantasy Australian cruise line, and have like make it sort of, you get to see the people's faces better. Like, because as I said, I'm looking at this on so that it's smaller intentionally.
Yeah.
And I can see that there's faces. I cannot read any of the text.
Yeah.
I can see Deb and Matt. That's it. Deb and Matt chat. I can't read anything else under the names of the other faces that are there at all. And you need to be looking at how your audience are viewing these things. So if you go into your analytics and you check into your audience and look at how they're watching, you'll be able to see the breakdown of mobile, laptop, mobile, desktop, tablet, or TV. And if you've got a considerable number of mobile viewers, they will be not able to read any of the things that you've got on here. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But
100%.
As a person who promotes live streaming, I'm loving that you're going live, and I love that you're bringing guests on. I just, let's get more people in watching them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Keep iterating with the thumbnails and the titles, and think about what's going to make sense.
And rather than like we're going live, maybe it could be live from cruise ship, or live from sea, or something like that. Make it like, oh my God, they're going live from the ship out in the ocean. Like, that's a bit more compelling.
Yeah, if that's what's happening, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure. I can't tell.
Yeah. You might be going live from Sydney, or live from Barcelona, or live from, the Lido deck. I don't know. I think you could be utilizing this a little bit more to create more interest and more intrigue.
Definitely. Anything else you want to look at on this channel?
Can we just have a quickie squiz at the playlists?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to see that there are playlists.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
There is a bunch. Yeah. We can make playlists artwork now. Is that right?
Yeah, you can upload a separate thumbnail for the playlist itself.
Yeah.
And that's somewhere in the playlist settings. I can't.
Yeah.
I think I did a video on it somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought I watched you talking about it, Doug. I
addressed it somewhere.
Yeah, so if you've got like a massive P&O playlist, you could grab the P&O logo. Our cruises on the P&O, our cruises from P&O, and have the big logo and a ship. Because as I said earlier, all of this is searchable, and not just in YouTube, but also in Google. So I love that you've got so many playlists. I think it's wonderful. I think that it's good that they're well fleshed out. There's lots of videos. I would also keep in mind that 6 to 10 is a great number for a playlist, and more playlists is better. So even if they overlap, so you might have a P&O cruise, so you have in the P&O cruise list, but then also cruising from Sydney, you could actually have the same video in both playlists if that's what you want to do as well, and sort of separate it out. Think about your audience and who they are, and what it is that you want them to get out of that one video. Most people aren't going to sit down and watch 40 videos, but they might sit down and watch 5 or 6. So, yeah, that would be my one tip for that. And do you have any tips for that, Doug?
No, I think you covered it.
All right. And do we want to have a quick look in posts? We know that they make posts.
Yeah. We were there briefly before when we were talking about the other posts.
I just wanted to just check what sort of posts they were making.
Yeah. Okay. The most recent one was a month ago.
Yeah.
And that's just promoting a video or live stream, which makes sense.
Yep. Great photo. Yeah. That's such a good photo.
Beautiful food photo there.
Yeah.
Another live stream promo, but with an image post this time.
Yep.
There might have been a link in that, but it's below the fold, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There it is. Yeah.
That's some hashtags.
I'll be making sure that
promo again.
Yeah.
Image posts again, which is good when those streams are happening.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's worth having
get them
there.
out as a supplement to the scheduled live stream. That's something I guess you and I don't normally do. But that's
and the reason I don't do it is I don't think about it. I haven't thought about it. That's it.
Exactly.
It's not like I'm going to tell you to do it, but I actually think it's rubbish.
So it seems like
it's just some slack.
Seems to me that most of these are like just image posts. There might be a link to a video as part of that or a stream, which is cool because I think in that sort of niche there is a lot of stuff you can be sharing image wise.
Yes, absolutely.
From the cruises, from the travel, different places you go.
I would be adding in some polls and some image polls.
Yeah.
So like you can be asking people what are their favorite cruise lines and have the logos of the different cruise lines.
Yeah.
You can ask, like if you're tossing up between the next cruise, and you can get audience feedback. Like here we go. You've got a poll here, but that was a year ago.
From a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I would definitely look into doing more of those.
I'll give it a thumbs up.
Good on you, Doug. Good on you, Doug. That image is all cut off. Like that's the other thing to remember is if you're going to use images, I suppose it's a link to a video, isn't it?
When you click in, it shows
the whole thing.
Yeah. It looks like it's an added image though.
Yeah, so if you are adding an image, it needs to be square.
Yeah.
Like it's different if YouTube's adding it for you. You've got no control there. But if you are adding the image, you need to remember to make sure it's square, and that if you've got any font or any imagery, that it's in the middle of the square.
Yeah, I think what's happened there is it's the thumbnail for the video. It's uploaded that as the image.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
so rather than just let YouTube bring it in like that top one.
Like it'll display it, but when it's in the little card form, or what you see in the feed, or what you see over on YouTube in some of the post threads, it's just going to show it. It's just going to crop it in the middle, or it'll allow you to. I think it actually allows you to like pick which part.
Yeah.
Slide it left or right to show which square part of the thumbnail. But yeah, ideally, a square thumbnail, a square image for the poll. Anything to do with images or image polls. Everything in post is square if it wants to optimize to see everything.
Yeah.
So you can like put what I do is I put them in a Canva and make a square template, and then maybe put something else in the background. If I'm leaving the thumbnail as is, I'll just maybe have like a color gradient behind it or something like that.
Yeah, just so you can square out the whole thing.
Then everybody sees the entire thumbnail.
Yeah.
If that's something you want to feature. So that's one way of doing it as well. So,
So, Matt, how do you feel? Are you okay? Are you all right? Are you still here? Yeah, he is. Livestream consultant says, man, Matt, you're getting the full Monty today just to see if they can crash Talk Studio. We're all waiting for the train wreck, but it just doesn't seem to be coming down the tunnel. Look, screen sharing is something that a lot of the platforms do have problems with, and we've actually got Doug sharing the screen just to see if that will shake it even more, but it's been solid. Have you noticed anything from the Talk Studio side, Doug, that's been
No, it's been
stable?
working, stable,
Yeah.
happy. I'm not hearing any audio breakup. I'm not seeing anything on the
No,
screen that looks
me either.
weird. I'm not seeing anything in the browser looks weird, just in the browser window.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm pretty content, to be honest. I'm pretty happy with it.
Good. I'm wondering if
Like,
I've missed anything in
and
the
the thing
chat.
is, like, an annual price is not much more than a month of StreamYard. Like, really? It's like, you know. Livestream Consultant says they've not seen any glitches on their end either. That's really great feedback. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's holding up. I mean, at least for today. Maybe at a different time or whatever, it might not be quite so good. But Matt, how do you feel? Like, have you taken some notes? Luckily, this live stream will be here for a replay. You can always come back and rewatch it, and get the feedback again. But yeah, like, let us know in the chat. Like, sorry if we've overwhelmed you. We just sort of dug in and just kept going. Let's have a look here. Matt says,
Positive.
the feedback's been amazing, and I have to say I'm more convinced to give Talk Studio a go. The streamer's been consistent on his end as well. That's great. And I'm glad that the feedback hasn't been overwhelming either. It's been a bit since I've done one of these, and I may have, hello personality. Let's just dig in and just keep digging. But yeah, that's great. That's good. Oh, fantastic. So he's already sent the link through to his Deb to sit down and rewatch it again tonight.
Beautiful.
Because sometimes, like, especially when it's like, I struggle myself, right? When I'm getting feedback, my hands get sweaty. I get really nervous. I actually get sick in the pit of my stomach. Roberto Blake reviewed my channel, and I was like DMing Doug, and Doug's like, "Are you freaking out?" And I'm like, "I'm totally freaking out." I don't know why. I'm pretty content with how my channel actually looks, aside from the lack of content, right? Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I get it. Like, sometimes your channel's on the screen and there's someone just going through it with a fine-tooth comb, putting their opinion all over it. Yeah, it can be a bit full on. But I'm like, I want to go on a cruise.
There you go.
I'm like, I want to go on a cruise now. I want to go on a cruise.
Next cruise out of Brisbane. There you go.
Yeah, I'm off. See yous. Certainly don't want to go in summer when you've got to outrun cyclones. I've only been on one cruise, and we spent the entire cruise outrunning a cyclone. They had the stabilizers on the entire time, and you walked like this throughout the entire ship. It was a lot. It was a lot to deal with for my first cruise. Have you been on a cruise, Doug?
No.
No cruises for you?
Yeah, I don't know how to go. I don't know how to go. Like, if I'm on a smaller plane, like a Saab or something, I feel the turbulence. And I remember flying like an hour into the country from Sydney down the south coast of New South Wales, and like I'd feel ill from that.
Yeah.
Like, I'd feel like a little bit unsettled. So I don't know how I go with seasickness, the sway of the ship and whatnot. So I don't know if it's not so bad on a big ship or whether it's, worse on a, like, I haven't been out on a boat in anything that's like,
Yeah. Well, see, I grew up, my dad was a trawlerman, so I grew up going out on boats, right? But small boats, not big boats. And so I was like, oh, I've got sea legs, I'm fine. I did not go well, right? And I remember all the other girls in my room, they went off, and I was sort of just laying in bed, and the cabin steward like knocked on the door, and he's coming because he was going to do all the bed turn down, and I was still there, and he's like, you don't look well, and I'm like, I don't feel well. He goes, you go and have a shower, and get get freshened up, and he goes, and I'll come back. And I was like, okay. So he did all the bed turn downs and stuff. And then I went in and had a shower and then I went back to bed, and I was just sort of reading on my phone. He's tapped on the door again, and he's brought in 2 big green apples. And he goes, have one now. And then he goes, and have another one when you wake up. And there was something in, and this is how the cruise staff deal with seasickness, was green apples. There was something in the green apple that actually just settled my stomach right down. And that was it. I didn't even need any more green apples throughout the cruise. I just had those 2, and I was fine for the rest of the time.
Good old
It
Granny
was the
Smith.
weirdest thing. It was the weirdest thing. I was just like, okay. I don't believe you, but okay. Oh, Matt says actually Brisbane is his home port. We're all Brisbane people. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, I gathered that much from some of the thumbnails and stuff. Just looking at the thumbnails, I'm like cruising out of like local places like Sydney and Brisbane and different places. So
yeah, I figured they were Australian. I just didn't realise they were Brisbane as well.
And the fact that the time on the live stream thing was Queensland.
Oh, see, I couldn't read the times because of where my screen's situated. I couldn't read the times.
Yeah, I'm a little bit closer. I got it full screen on my 4K.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was trying to get that smaller view. It's an intentional thing, but yeah. Cyclone Alfred, oh my gosh. No, ours was a bit further away, and it was still bad. Frankie says that she gets seasick, but she still really wants to go on an Alaskan cruise to watch the bears catching salmon. Oh, yeah, that would be amazing. My husband watches a lot of like train content and people who do those long distance train rides. And there's those ones that go through all the Rockies and stuff. He's like, he goes, I think I'd like to go on one of these. And I was like, okay.
Some of those, and like up for Canada and like Northern Europe. I watched one that was, I think, Norway.
Yeah.
It was spectacular.
There was a train one that I watched. It was Sweden, I think. And they went up. Basically, it's the train from town sort of thing. I don't know which town, but basically up to the ski slopes. And so you had people that were just commuting to and from for work, but also people that were on their way home from skiing all day. And it was crazy. And like the prices they put the price on the screen, and it was just so inexpensive. Yeah. Like considering how much Australians pass for the lift pass just to get you up to the slopes. It's like $800 for 3 days or something. It's ridiculous. Anyway, sorry, Livestream Consultant says, I've been on 2 cruises to the Bahamas, had more fun once I was off the boat, felt too cooped up. The Jeep tour I got to drive was the best part. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of those are all about like the destinations, and some of them are about the
actual cruise.
The experience on the cruise itself.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And like for me, anywhere that I can be where there is a comfy seat and I've got time to kill, I'm actually a happy person because I'm less like, oh, I'll just pull out some knitting and just sit here in the sun. That's totally fine. Whereas other people need to be entertained. I bring my entertainment.
Yeah.
So, Frankie says that some of the cruises in the fjords of Norway look spectacular as well. So they do.
I just realised the screen wasn't up anymore. I could change my screen.
Oh, you could, yeah. You can change your screen, absolutely. But yeah, like, look, I have to say, I am pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, it's been solid.
It's been solid, and since working out the fact that I was streaming in 480 instead of 1080, even though I set the stream to 1080, why would you want your camera at 480 if you had already set your stream to 1080? What's the use case there?
Yeah. It's
I'm not quite sure.
Are they expecting people are still using, like, maybe for gamers, they're still using their like 480p webcams or something?
Do you know of a gamer that's using a 480p webcam?
Even the no, not really. It's either 720, 1080p. Some are even up using the, if they're real pro, they've gone 4K.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
no,
the
that's fair.
1080, I think the 480 is, they should just get rid of it. Like, let's get rid of the confusion.
Yeah,
Just dump it.
I was surprised that it was so low.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can go down. Okay, it's the. I'm just looking at it now. It could have been on low, which is 360 at
Oh,
30
so there's
frames per
even
second.
lower,
They call it low. They call it low resolution. 480 they call standard resolution,
which is crap.
which is yeah. And then they have 720p is high resolution, and then they call 1080p full HD, which
Okay.
technically 720p is HD, but it's
Yeah, it's not
it's the least
FHD.
it's the
Yeah.
least good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I reckon they could get rid of the low and the standard.
Yeah, I don't know why they had them. I think
No,
720
me
needs to be
either.
the lowest.
Yeah, I think they could. I think they could dump both of those
Yeah,
and not worry at all.
I think
know.
so. Maybe a retro stream. That's the reason for 480. If you just want to deliberately be grainy.
Livestream consultant says the time and place for a 480p when the internet hates you. But then you would actually, because this is the thing, like we've chosen to stream at 1080p, so the stream is coming out at 1080p. You would choose a 720 stream then and actually stream at that. You'd still want your cameras to be the highest of whatever, but that stream to go out at the lower stream rate.
Yeah, could be your your camera
I may not be
bandwidth
smart enough to
Yeah.
understand why they have that.
Yeah,
So
it could be it could be for your because the 1080 is not coming from you; it's coming from their servers.
yeah,
out to YouTube.
that's true.
So
That's true.
What you're sending your camera at is I guess what this setting is.
Yeah.
Even
Maybe
though,
that actually could be what, because in my brain I'm like, I'm sending a 1080 stream, but maybe I'm thinking of it incorrectly. And
but your camera might only be a 720p webcam, and so that's but then it will detect that and say, well, you can only do up to this.
Well, unless they upscale it for you.
Yeah.
Because Ecamm can upscale. You can be using a 1080p webcam and still stream at 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, the things. I would say I would give this, like, for what it is as a browser streaming, my experience with it, aside from the fact that I'm just blind and can't find things, that is not the software's fault. I'm going to give it a solid, like, 8.5, 9 out of 10. I think it's definitely worth a try. I mean, there's definite limitations, right? So you need to think about what it is that you need for your stream and then decide if this has got that. Yeah. And if it doesn't, you'll need to move on to something else. So like for me, there's no browser sources. So that means we couldn't have any of our GIFs on screen today. Any of that chat interaction, we couldn't have any of that. There's no browser source inputs. And that's a pretty big thing for me. In saying that, during an interview situation where we're on screen together, things like that, is it such a bad thing to not have random GIFs just going up in the middle of the screen? I don't know if it is a bad thing.
Yeah, like if you're doing an interview, you probably don't.
Yeah,
and that would probably sort of hamstring your any sort of replay value for clips or shorts or whatever. If you've got something popping up, like with Nick when he does his clips off his live streams, when if something's the graphics looks weird, it gets cut off.
Yeah.
Different things like that. So sometimes you want that clean feed for repurposing. So it's for that reason it's not a deal breaker.
And then if you are streaming by yourself, you can utilize your Ecamm or your OBS or your Meld and use the virtual camera and drop all that in, and then still get all your browser inputs put into there and then drop it over to here. So, you can have the best of both worlds. But I think that, like, when you are doing it as a guest, see, if I did it as a virtual camera, it would be like the half that appears on my side of the screen here, and things would be cut off. Like if someone had have sent through a coffee, the actual icon for that is sort of here, and you wouldn't have seen it when it came up. I would have heard the little blip, but you wouldn't have seen it, sort of thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah. So I don't know. I actually don't see it's a bad thing to not have those things available when you are doing an interview as such.
Yeah.
But if it's like a co-host situation where both of you are used to it and you would have had it set it up in the middle or something. Sorry, it's all opposite. Set it up in the middle over here where, the GIFs appeared between our faces or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. You've got to sit down and work it out for yourself, what you want.
If that's something that was something you did want, then you'd probably be looking at something like EVMux, I think, does browser
I think
source.
so. They do browser source on their pro level. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anybody else does. There might be another one. I haven't
found anyone else who does browser sources. So browser sources on a browser stream.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I can't remember if a Restream does that.
I didn't think they did, but I haven't looked at them for a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a while, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think Lightstream Studio might have it.
I haven't tested Lightstream.
They're more gear for gamers, and so that's more of a gamer thing,
Yeah. It is. Yeah. And I'm being ridiculously picky, right?
Yeah.
I am. I'm being ridiculously picky. So, Matt says, I've always liked the look of Ecamm. Alas, I use Windows. Yeah, it's not a, check out Meld. Meld is a good option. And John says these are trade-offs. You've got to just decide what's the most important. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Because I could be talking about something that's a deal breaker for me that you don't even use. Like so therefore it's not a deal breaker for you. So yeah. Look, I think this is solid. I would use this I will be using this for more interviews. Like I'm just straight up going to put it out there.
Yeah.
If I was going to be doing a regular co-hosted show, I would probably look at something else, look at another option, because I do want that. If it's a regular co-hosted show, it's different than an interview. And quite often you do want your little fun things that because it's it's a co-hosted show. Yeah. It's not just my audience or their audience, it's our audience. Yeah. And you want the audience to be able to have fun as well. So
absolutely.
I don't know. Anyway,
figure out what you want and then figure out what's going to
get you there.
What's going to achieve that for you.
Yeah.
And then see if it's doable, because one piece of software or service will do a bunch of things, and then it might be one little thing, and is that a deal breaker or not? And it might be. So let's look at something else. That's why you got to do your homework and take advantage of the trials if they have trials.
Absolutely. If they this link that's in the description will give you a 7-day free trial. You should be able to run through and do a private stream on your own YouTube channel so you can re-watch it back and you can be like, is that too fuzzy for me? Did I forget to do the proper camera inputs? Things like that. Have a play with it a couple of times and make the decisions for yourself, because like the things that I'm picking are things StreamYard can't do anyway. So if you're looking for a direct replacement for StreamYard, this is a solid contender. So absolutely. Yeah. Have you got something you want to be bringing on screen there, Doug?
No, I'm just doing a little research. Somebody saying I think they do this.
All right, you're gonna have a quick look.
I just want to check to see.
Yeah. John says I don't think you can bring browser sources into Restream.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And but the frustrating thing is we know it can be done because EVMux do it. And it's like, so why don't the others do it?
Yeah.
Like it's not like a gap in the technology that this thing just doesn't exist. It exists. It's doable. They just don't.
I can confirm Lightstream Studio does it, but they gear more for gamers. But you can have you can have guest. They do guesting and everything as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what the price point is on that though. I should see.
Have a look.
You know what? They have a free version that does some basic stuff up to 720p. You can do 1080. It's only $12 a month or $9 a month if you pay annually.
Didn't Create a Classroom use Lightstream for a bit? Was that the one that she used?
She was using EVMux.
No, before she moved to EVMux.
There was another one, and I've forgotten what it's called. It wasn't this one.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Frankie says, although with StreamYard you could bring on transparent GIFs as images, but I don't think you can on Talk Studio. They're PNGs or JPEGs only. Okay. Maybe that's something that you could send them some feedback and just go, look, we love this, except we'd like this. I'm definitely going to do it with the browser stuff. I'll be like, look, I'd use this more if I could do this. I'm just having a look.
I'm surprised that because it's Streamlabs that they haven't, because they have their own, they have like that, they're known for like alerts and widgets.
Yeah.
Which uses browser source and ABS.
You can connect some of your apps to it, but like, because I had a look, and it could bring up your subscribers and bits and things like that, but you can't choose something yourself. It's only those particular, like that list of things. Yeah. So it was add dynamic and custom stream notifications to your live show. I got really excited because it was the widgets by Streamlabs, but it was just the one widget. I'm like, where's the rest? Where's the rest of the widgets?
Yeah, Creative Classroom used it was OneStream.
Oh, okay. All right. Apparently. Yeah.
I can't remember. Right. Like I did some testing with Jennifer on some of those. I was like, jump in and do like what we're doing is like test, bringing in a guest.
Yeah.
With some of those, I think Evie Mux and maybe OneStream. I'm having a look at OneStream and having a look because
I know she had issues with whatever it is that she used. She had issues with it.
It was something else. She might have tried OneStream, but that's not the one we. It was a different one that we tested. I've never seen OneStream before. Actually, this is the first time I've seen. I'm looking at the unless they changed their.
They might have changed their imagery.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, and this is the thing, right? We have so many choices. There are so many options. It's not like there's just the one or two.
That OneStream that I had up must be a different OneStream because it wasn't streaming software.
Oh, okay.
So maybe they got a different. I just clicked on the first one. OneStream Live. There it is. I was on the wrong. Yeah, OneStream Live.
Gosh.
Yeah, I think this is the one we tested.
Yeah, John's just jumped in saying OneStream Live.
Yeah. I just went to the first search result thinking it was it, and it was like some finance software or something. I don't know why it's called OneStream.
That sounds exciting.
I know. I'm like, this looks real professional and
like
I'm
corporate.
not really seeing any live streaming vibes from this.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to remember what they do. Live Studio. Let's have a look. Because I am sort of like partial to ones that might allow like their browser source.
Look, I've become like since we've gone social stream, right?
Yeah.
I've become a little partial to the browser source myself. I love that these guys in the audience get to throw the GIFs at us, and like when I go on a rant and all of a sudden, boom, there's all my rant GIFs and like the hydration reminders and and even just the the chat commands and stuff like that. I love using Social Stream Ninja, and I've really missed it today. I've really missed the audience and the community being able to throw in some of the things that they normally pop in. Like, where was the pre-stream Doug's Do-Its? Like, they weren't there. Like I'm used to like 3 of them every stream right at the start. Yeah. And the squirrel, absolutely. And where's my crown? Seriously, where's my crown? I want my princess crown. I need my princess crown. But yeah, but in saying all of that, I would still use this software. So I'm really glad. I'm actually serious. Like, I bought just a month's worth, and I'm seriously contemplating just upgrading it to the annual.
Yeah.
Because it's a much better price at annual. So yeah.
One question for you on your end. Is there a vertical option?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Let me just.
Okay, so one step further, can you do horizontal and vertical at the same time?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't think there's any that do it.
I don't think you can. I think Meld is about the only one that's doing both at the same time.
Yeah, built in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can do it in OBS with plugins.
Yeah. Whereas Meld's got it
I
built
don't
in.
think
It's right there.
I don't think any of the browser-based ones are doing both. You
No.
can pick like whichever one you want to go stream at, but not both.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can't say I want to do vertical to YouTube Shorts and Instagram Stories,
Yeah.
Reels, I should say.
Yeah. And
TikTok.
as John and you just said, it's not, and Meld's not browser based. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Meld's the only one out of all of them
Yeah,
that have
and that
got
was
it
only recent
built in.
too that
Yeah.
they added that
Yeah.
relatively. Yeah, I've been trying to dabble with Meld, but I haven't been recently. I had to like flick anything that's outside of Ecamm. I have to, because Ecamm I just have a USB cable running for my
Yeah.
Canon camera. Ecamm takes it natively,
Mm.
but with changes that has happened with Macs in particular, and upgrade to Macs, and Canon has sort of been reluctant to update their web software to work properly with Macs.
Yeah.
But they only doing their updates now in the paid version, and you got to pay a subscription to get your camera feed to work, and so it's very unpractical. So I've pulled my cam link out and gone HDMI in, so just so I could dabble with stuff like Meld, or
Yeah.
even to do what I'm doing today, like
Yeah.
joining I couldn't join if I didn't have a cam link. I couldn't join.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So that's the big thing. It's time to get Doug a Sony A7S.
Go to Sony. I guess, yeah, if it wasn't for my Canons, Sony's
Look,
probably the direction to go for most people, I think.
I started with Canon. I started my YouTube journey with Canon. I got my 70D. And then I got an M6, and I all the glass, all the stuff, and just went, you know what, stuff this is ticking me off, because my camera kept turning off every 30 minutes. So I jumped ship. I went totally to Sony. I've still got my Canons, but I've got Sony as well. So while it's really nice to stick with the one ecosystem, I've been learning to change ecosystems. Hello, Windows to Mac. Android to iPhone, like I'm just jumping ship left, right, and center. Yeah. So,
but I'm actually digging using this cam link, because I'm getting like a crisper picture.
You're getting a really nice picture, like,
because I'm doing
1080 I'll say 4K. That what I'm getting here, like on my end, looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I think you should seriously consider keeping the cam link in your.
Yeah. I use my cam link for Saturday stream instead of the usual USB cable. The USB cable was it was easy.
Yeah.
Because then I use the same cable if I'm recording at my desk.
Yeah.
The same cable is running. I can control my camera through the Canon software just to record. I can record to the SD card, but it's like I can monitor my recording on the monitor, record my YouTube videos, and I didn't have to go around and plug things in.
Yeah, rechange things around.
I just had to open the software, and away I'd go. And so
I don't want to jinx anything, but I've actually still got the same cam link that I bought back in like 2019.
Yeah, I got mine during COVID when I was setting up my streaming stuff.
Yeah.
And getting the Mac Mini and dual monitors, and doing the whole setting up for a permanent studio for recording and live streaming. That's when I got mine, and it was like, I think they're cheaper than I got it, but I've got a like a fake $20-$30 one somewhere.
Yeah.
That I've used a few times. It's been fine. And
this is the thing. Some of those cheapies, some of the $20-$30 ones, they're hit and miss, but the ones that hit really well.
Yeah.
So, there's been some people that have been really lucky with some of those.
Yeah.
I've got one that I grabbed. It's a Ugreen one, and it's a solid second choice. I've not had an issue with it, because I've set up my Canon 70D. It's plugged in now. So when I'm streaming over on Ecamm, it's a USB connection. It's great. It does a really solid job, but I wanted to be able to, I was testing getting rid of a webcam and bringing in my M6 and it needed the thing, and I was like, I'm not spending $200 on a cam link for a trial.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed a Ugreen one, and it was solid. It was solid.
The only other thing you have to consider with like a HDMI capture card, like a cam link, is that your camera can output clean HDMI.
Yeah.
My original Canon N50 didn't, but I got the Mark II, and and you can do clean HDMI. So
Yeah.
that's why I have the newer version of the camera in my live streaming. That's like one of the reasons why it's there. For that reason, so the clean HDMI is something that you want to check your camera for.
You really need to make sure that and a lot of the newer models really are coming out with the clean HDMI now. It's becoming a lot more common.
Yeah.
Whereas back in like 2018, 2019, you really had to make sure you got a camera off the list. Because otherwise, like, and I thought I'd bought the right camera. I got a Canon Canon M6, and I thought, that's it. That's the one I'm going to get. I didn't know that there was a Mark I and a Mark II. Yeah. And I bought the Mark I. And while it's got the clean HDMI, it turns off every 30 minutes, and I can't turn that off. The Mark II, you can turn it off. And I'm just like, it's a software thing. Just firmware it. But they have not. They're just like, just buy a new camera. I'm like, okay, and I bought a Sony. But we've been chatting for so long today, Doug.
We have. It's been an extra long show today.
It has been extra long. We got to have a really, really good in-depth dig through Matt's channel.
Yep.
And lots of conversations with everybody who comes along every week. And I love having you here. That's such a difference, such a change. It's been a long time since we've had an extra face.
It's been a while since we've even done it on a Saturday night on my channel. So
we should look into that.
Yeah,
we should look into that.
Yeah, we usually wait till there's a gap in the program, as they say.
Yes, we do. We wait till someone's traveling or away or something. So, well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. It has been a long stream, and I appreciate you all hanging out. We are ending the stream on our own terms. The software is not doing it for us, which is nice. And I'm going to be very keen to go and check out parts of the replay after it's finished doing all its stuff. So don't forget the links are in the description. And if you got any questions, feel free to send over DMs on Twitter or whatever. X. Have a great week, and catch you over in Doug's stream on Saturday. I think that's our next one, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know of anything in between. So Doug's stream on Saturday. Bye all.